So, let's finish off by looking at connection. John and Yoko have given us good modelling for how that might be. You've really got to ask yourself, how do we make our humdrum life not humdrum? How do we give it some verve, juice? There are quite a few ways, but you really have to go out of your way to do it. I mean, number one, in doing holidays, special times is great, movies, eating out, and very often that really, you can often do that in inexpensive ways like going for walks or trips to the beach or something. So that really does help, because then it's quality time together. It's really about, it's not really the volume of time, it's really the quality that really matters. Number two, create non-special regular connections such as walks, meals together and so on. Number three, program and regular connection time whilst at home. So some couples are really good at, say, always talking over the tea table, or processing the day at a particular time, turning TV off and prioritising the relationship. Lots of unsolicited affection and appreciation goes a long way, I found. And for avoidance, it's really useful if you program that into your day. So I make sure that every morning Lucy gets a hug and a kiss, because being an avoidant, I can make sure I do it. Now you see, I can feel the affection, I can feel the love I have for her, but I've still got to make myself do it. What avoidants tend to do is they can feel it but not act on the feelings and make it happen. So it's just a wee bit of discipline to make it happen. Are we missing Kristen?
Just as long as you don't hug or kiss her with the energy of I'm disciplining myself to hug and kiss you.
Just wondering
if
there
turn off. It is, yeah.
Did you just go to see Kristen Tree?
Oh no, it's at the cafe next door.
Oh.
Getting coffee. And...
Oh, did you go let them know where it's going?
I'm sure.
Thank you. So you can ask yourself, what regular connection do we have? Like, what do we do really to make sure we connect? And most couples do very little. So you don't have to do a lot of making sure, like we talk at the tea table or we chat when we go to bed or whatever. Bed, don't bring up difficult stuff at bedtime, but nice stuff at bedtime. Sometimes anything that's difficult, make sure you process it before you go to bed. What connection would be possible that where you are treating each other? That can be just a coffee, this can be a walk, it can be the same things, but it's nice if you feel like you're treated, like you may cook something nice for your partner or that they like, or do whatever. It's nice when you have those little treats. Consider some examples of unsolicited affection and appreciation that you might like to do or already do. So think about that, maybe what happens if you double the number of hugs or double the number of kisses or just chatted more often. Relationship, as you all know, can go pear-shaped. If you're disconnected for too long, maybe because one person's working too much, the other person may be spending too much time with the kids or whatever, and then what happens is you start to read the other as being disinterested or unaffectionate or something. It's really, really scary if it goes down that track. So the way to address that is, how do you do it often enough? Particularly appreciation. A lot of couples don't take the time just to say, I really appreciate that nice tea, or just something little, just a little something. What did you once do that connected you both and allowed love to be expressed? That's an interesting thought. We're really, really good in honeymoon phase. We put a lot of energy into that. So, is love what we have? This is a quote from John Lennon again. We've got this gift of love, but love is like a precious plant. You can't just accept it and leave it in the cupboard, or just think it's going to get on by itself. You have to keep watering it. You've got to really look after it and nurture it. And the truth is, few couples do those two things. You'd think everyone would do it. And they do it during the honeymoon phase. And the thing that really stops this is children. When children come along, that's when a lot of the stuff that used to happen stops happening. The relationship doesn't get prioritised anymore, the couple doesn't get prioritised anymore, and you're just running around doing children-y things. So a lot of young couples lose that connection early in their relationship. It's very sad because they're putting so much energy into the kids. So I'm asking you to do this, to talk to each other about this before we then finish. Just remind myself what we've got next. Yeah. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to turn to the 245, page 245, and I'd like you to look at what are you going to do. If you look at page 245, there's questions down the bottom. What am I going to do to support my partner? What am I going to do, number 6, using their love language? What I'd like you to do on page 245 is I'd like you to leave today with some sort of blueprint about what you're going to do in your relationship from here. What are you going to do differently? So these are special things, these are quality connection things. Love languages, which is chapter 33, you're familiar with that. Doing things in the other's love languages. What I'd like you to do, I'll just play a wee bit of music again. I want you to look at 245 and I want you to have a plan. I want you to use 245 as the page you go to implement a plan of improving your relationship. Could you do that? Now, you could just put it in the personal. I'll show you questions, but it doesn't really matter what the questions are. Thank you, David.